Get to know your district here on Morning Kickaround, where we get to know various teams and soccer landscapes from across the country. And we're now joined by a pair of guests from Corpus Christi FC, one of 7 new teams in the USL One, third division of American soccer next year, making the jump from USL 2 to the professional ranks from Corpus Christi FC. I'm thankful to be joined by Director of Operations Marissa Trevino and Director of Communications Eran Hami. Welcome to Morning Kickaround, guys.
Good morning, guys. Thank you so much for having us. This is a definite privilege and honor.
Yes, good morning. Thank you. We're very excited.
It
was quite popular in the office, so everybody was pretty excited when they heard we were going to be on it.
That's great. That's great. I'm not sure we were set up for a shot with 2 of you in the picture. Yeah. We're going to try to figure that out, but
we're matters to me.
Okay, yeah, you might have to squeeze in. Personal space not a thing this morning. First of all, congratulations on all of this. Obviously, we are sort of able to kind of watch from afar, from a big picture perspective, all these clubs start up. And I know on the ground, it's different for everybody. It's a little bit of a different challenge depending on where you are. So before we kind of get into the club and ambition, tell us about Corpus Christi. Tell us about the soccer town that Corpus Christi is.
Soccer is actually a really big soccer town. Sorry. There are quite a few youth organizations here, and the talent has begun to grow locally. So as of right now, there was nowhere to play for them locally. Right. We had our kids and everybody traveling to San Antonio, to Austin, to Dallas. And that's where we kind of came into play and said, let's change this for the kids in the Coastal Bend area because there's nothing around us.
There are several youth leagues around this town, so the youth game is very much growing around here. And an important aspect that we took into consideration is there are no more pro soccer teams south of San Antonio right now. So we're filling that gap right now, and we're changing the mentality for a lot of the people in Corpus Christi who haven't had pro soccer, or they're traveling to San Antonio or Houston or Dallas to go watch teams play. And now they've got one in their backyard, or even able to go pro in their backyard.
And so founded in 2017, Corpus Christi's been playing as a USL 2 team. Explain kind of like what's been the success, how many folks have been coming out to the team as a USL 2 team, and kind of what led to the decision to make that jump to pro from where you've been in the USL 2.
We were consistently in the top 10 for USL 2, and the attendance was huge. Our attendance, our following is the biggest in the Lone Star division. You would often hear the players from the other team like, oh man, we're in Corpus. I love coming here. Like their fan base is amazing, And of course we weren't rooting for them, but they really enjoyed the atmosphere. So it was kind of they approached Dr. Kingsley and asked him if it would be something he would be interested in moving from USL 2 to USL 1. I know in our most recent years with Manny Iwabuchi, our USL 2 head coach, the level elevated. We were finishing 8th in the nation and number 1 in goal scoring. Like the talent and everything just continue to rise and rise and rise. And so that's when they approached Dr. Kingsley about the opportunity.
And we did just make our first appearance in the U.S. Open Cup this past season, which was a great experience for all the guys out there. And they're all having great success right now in their college experiences too.
So, this, that idea of filling a gap, there not being a professional soccer team anywhere in the immediate area and being a place for people to kind of come. I mean, obviously talent, we want to see players get that opportunity. But, obviously it's so important that we have people who are able to kind of connect directly with a club that represents who they are. So what are the characteristics of Corpus Christi FC and like the way you guys sort of think about the club that makes it unique to the area that you guys play in?
We are, I like to say we're a very, very family-oriented club. We're run by a local pediatrician and owned by a local family. And I always tell everybody we are for family by family. We go above and beyond for our players. When our players are with us, it's like they're an addition to our family. So I think that's one of the things that elevates us from other clubs is you'll see us at any time with one of our players, going to dinner, taking them out into the community. We treat them as if they're our kids.
And we give the community access to us. Like, we are out in the community talking to everybody. They're talking to the director of communications. They're talking to the director of operations. They have access to just about any of us on the streets. And we're really grateful for Marissa, because she's born and raised here in Corpus Christi. So she knows a lot of people. She knows her way around, been able to make connections that way. And it's just a very passionate area, because if you guys don't know, Corpus Christi is 60% Latino, and you know how soccer is more popular down in Central America and things like that. So we've been grateful to have that sort of passion move up here into Texas, and we're trying to harness that now to go towards Corpus Christi FC.
So it sounds like there is a kind of a hunger and a gap to be filled in the professional realm by Corpus Christi FC. I love one of your badge, one of the most recognizable in the United States. I work in USL 2, and I've never forgotten the Sharks and the Shark badge since I saw it the first time. But one of the biggest elements of this jump from pre-professional to a full-fledged professional status is a stadium venue. I see that as part of the announcements that have come out from the team is a 5K stadium plan.
Absolutely. We are building our own stadium that can actually expand. So right now we're at 5,000, and it can hold up to 15,000.
Up to 15, yeah.
So we're making it out there. We're doing what we got to do to support this team. We are finished with phase 1, which you have up on the screen are the 2 turf pitches and the 6 grass pitches. And then of course the stadium has started with phase 2, and we're almost to the finish line.
Yeah, soon you guys will start seeing, we'll have a little ceremony. Steel will start going up here in 3 weeks' time to get the stadium ready for play next season. And the utilities are just wrapping up now. So we are excited about taking this next step. We broke ground on it December 2023. And so it's been a long process, but we've stuck with it. We have a great facilities manager who's been helping along the way. He's out there sweating his butt off every single day, making sure we're getting every little detail correct, fixing anything that needs to be fixed. But we are very excited. This was definitely part of Dr. Kingsley's plan to make this team sustainable. It can't just be a stadium. It has to have other avenues of revenue. So we have these fields that other teams can come rent out for tournaments. We can host lacrosse, baseball and softball are designed on our fields. We have dugouts being prepared as well. So these are very multi-purpose, and we hope to hold events in the stadium as well.
So let me ask about the Shark and the identity that Rob mentioned there. I'm a fan too. I mean, I just say that I'm somebody who appreciates that there are things that a lot of sort of more pretentious soccer fans would think are a little odd, but that makes us American, and that certainly makes American soccer fun.
Unforgettable.
Absolutely. And animals and soccer balls, to me, they just go together. So, but this is obviously a choice, right? You guys chose to stick with the branding that you had, the identity, the name from USL League 2 to move it to USL League 1, because there are lots of places where that would not be the thing. We'd change the name and make in fact, we just talked to the group that's starting a club in Oregon that's going from League 2 to League 1 in Oregon, and they've changed their identity completely. So what was the thinking behind, let's stick with Corpus Christi FC, let's stick with the Shark, let's stick with the colors, let's be who we always were?
We actually left it up to the community. We wanted the community to feel like this team was for them and part of them, and we wanted them to have a connection to the team. So we put out surveys on every platform, and 98% of the people voted to keep the Sharks. And of course, there were some other suggestions like the stingrays and sea turtles because we're by the coast. But 98% really wanted to keep the Sharks.
And it was originally a fan vote that put the Sharks in place back in 2017-18.
Okay.
So that's how that got started. And I enjoy it because now that we're preparing our supporters group, we can play around with a lot of names with the Shark theme. So I'm very excited to see what they come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sea turtles doesn't quite have the same bite. In
Exactly.
the name,
Exactly.
Not ferocious enough.
I talked to the owner about it, and I was like, sea turtles. I was like, I can't imagine being at the game being like, let's go sea turtles, snap at them.
I'll admit, I kind of want to be a fly on the wall when you guys do ideation. If you ever come up with like a mascot or something, a shark themed mascot seems like it'd be a lot of fun to ideate.
We are working on it.
We are working on it. We've been going back and forth with a company that's designing our new mascot. And we're being so picky because we're pro and we're like, nope, this is out of place. This is out of place. But it is a lot of fun creating a shark.
Yeah. So I mean, with that idea of the name, the logo, the look, I mean, I imagine all around town, people putting the stickers and the magnets on their cars, kids wearing the shirts with it all. That's a huge part of this. Obviously putting a team on the field is a huge part of this. And I don't know how much you guys want to get into the nitty gritty of the soccer, but you do have a head coach for your League One debut, Eamon Zayed, who had been in Northern Colorado. I remember talking to him while he was coaching that team in USL before things kind of went south for them. So you guys you have a veteran coach, a guy who knows the game, who's played internationally. It's pretty great for a club in Corpus Christi.
It's very big for a club down here. Many people, we work very closely with the youth academy as well. And after our announcement Wednesday, I was at the facility yesterday with the youth portion, and they were like, oh my God, we looked him up. He is incredible. Like, the youth are excited. The city's excited. My Facebook, my text messages, everything is blowing up. Everybody is really excited to welcome Eamon here.
I was very glad to read about his background. We got excited about him early on, and only known him for this week, but a very intelligent guy, knows his soccer, very nice, genuine, loved getting to know the community on Wednesday, took pictures with everybody, talked to everybody he possibly could. So the guy is in a great position. He's excited to get started. And I know he's already started start working, even though I think his contract starts here at the end of the month.
It's great to have a coach that really jumps off the page and could really elevate the team where they at. And then also being an ambassador, he said he was talking to everybody he could. And that is a great sign, especially for a new venture such as this. You said earlier that the stadium plans and all that have been in the works since at least 2023 is when you broke ground on the stadium. So big news is broken since that groundbreaking. There is this thing coming to USL called promotion relegation. How does that announcement mid-construction project affect what Corpus Christi is doing?
Well, we've been able, I think that was part of Dr. Kingsley's plan, is he might have foreseen the possibility of expanding because of the situation in the USL. And that's what Marissa had mentioned, is that we are able to expand that stadium up to 15,000 seats. And so it has a little bit of an open concept. We're getting ready to reveal a little bit more design plans coming up, but you'll be able to see how we can expand that, but we can't go too much into details right now.
Well, okay. Well, fair enough. That makes sense. But it seems like with the landscape there, the youth interest that's already existing, the population there, the definitely not oversaturated with not very many pro teams in that region, and then a stadium coming online with plans to have different income streams from having those different outfields and whatnot. It seems like the future is bright for you in there in Corpus Christi.
Absolutely. Our future is looking really bright. Dr. Kingsley obviously put a lot of thought into what he was doing before everything was put out there. So he definitely made sure we had a plan and we were going to be able to sustain.
So what's the very next thing that fans should look out for? There's got to be a litany of announcements coming over the next couple of months. What's the next thing that fans and observers should keep an eye out for?
Our home kit. We are going to do a big home kit reveal. So we're going to do our reveal with our home kit and our branding.
And it's going to coincide with a community day we're going to host at our facility. So the stadium will be underway. You'll start to see steel go up, and we're going to invite the community out to our facility, see what we're doing, see what we're about. We're going to have a 7v7 tournament. We're going to have an exhibition with one of our youth teams, one of our better ones, have vendors, food trucks, the works. Just a great night to welcome everybody in and really show them what we're about. So we're very excited for that.
Very exciting times, Corpus Christi.
Before we let you go, we have one question from the comments. Will there be a roof on the stadium?
Will there be a roof on the stadium?
Not in the near future plans, no. I know that's a problem in South Texas. I complain about it when I go to the pool because there's not enough shade at the pool. But we'll have to make do.
Well,
How does
We
exciting
have
that-
times.
suites, though.
in the-
There are suites available
get your
with
suite.
AC.
Oh, sweet.
So if they
Okay.
want to come watch in some AC, we do have some suites available.
Well, I see the countdown is on the website for
The countdown
going
is on
pro.
the website.
Imagine that, I don't know how much you guys like looking at that because it probably causes a lot of stress and anxiety in your lives, but obviously it's a big moment, a big opportunity for Corpus Christi to move up into the world of professional soccer. So we're very excited. So thank you very much for making some time for us.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank you for
guys
having
so
us.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Marissa Trevino, Director of Operations, and Eran Hami, Director of Communications from Corpus Christi FC. Thank you so much for joining us today, and definitely feel free to send over any construction or footage or videos. We'd really love to see that and see what the progress looks like of going from an amateur to a professional team. Thank you so much, and we will put Corpus Christi dotted on our map. Thank you, viewers. Thank you for all the conversation that you've added on the side here during this video and during this episode. And let's try to get a couple more members. We've hit our goal. So we're going into a bonus territory.